So let's now look at the Start from Scratch dialog box in a little bit more depth. What we've got here is an icon that will allow us to open a drawing. Now what it does is it allows us to open a drawing that we might have already opened. Now you'll notice there, if you read that description there about open a drawing, there's a little bit in brackets at the bottom. The first option, open a drawing, is not available from the new command. To open an existing drawing you must use the open command. So what we're doing there is we've got a new drawing and basically we haven't opened up any existing drawings yet. If I opened up an existing drawing, so let's cancel that and let's go back now and open up the startup drawing that I used earlier, that one there. So if I open that one up and then go, let's say new, like this, you'll notice it doesn't change again either. I've got to have opened and saved those drawings, and what it'll allow me to do is open up an existing drawing later on. I can't use it right now because they're new drawings. So I'll just cancel that there and close the startup DWG and go back to the startup dialog DWG. I'll then go new and that takes me back to the Start from Scratch dialog box. So let's have a look at these default settings: imperial, feet and inches, metric. Basically what these templates are blank templates. There's nothing set up in there for you at all. No layers, no text styles, no dimension styles. Basically what they're doing is they're opening up new drawings with different unit settings. So basically if you open up an imperial drawing, for example, it uses the default imperial feet and inches settings. So 1 unit, i.e. 1 foot, let's say, will equal 12 inches. If I went to a metric setting here, what would happen is it would use the default metric settings. So, for example, 1 unit, let's say a centimetre, would equal 10 millimetres. There's the difference, the 10 and the 12. So imperial, a major unit, is broken down into a subunit of 12 units. A metric major unit is broken down into subunits of 10 units. That's the difference between imperial and metric. So if we went for a metric one and clicked on OK, it would open up a metric drawing. So if I click on OK now, that'll start up, as you can see there, drawing3.dwg on the title bar at the top of the screen. Let's look at the coordinate readout down here, bottom left corner, drawing coordinates. If I move my crosshair around, you can see there decimal, what look like millimetres. Let's close that drawing now. And let's go back to the startup dialog again. So I click on new. And this time I want an imperial, feet and inches. So when I click on OK, it'll start up a new drawing. As you can see there, drawing4.dwg. But look at the units. Much, much smaller because it thinks we're drawing in inches. So as you can see there, there's the inches there. And what I would do there is obviously draw those in a slightly different style, because obviously there's 25.4 millimetres to an inch. So you can see there the settings are different. That's basically just a settings and more a conceptual, possibly even a perception thing when you work with your specific units. You just need to be aware of what units you're using. What those blank templates do is, if I just close drawing 4 here, go back to the startup dialog drawing and click on new again, what they do is they basically set you up with the sort of sizes that you need with your particular unit style, whether that be feet and inches or metric. Using a template, well, we've already discussed this a little in the previous exercise. Basically, you're choosing which AutoCAD preset template you want to use, or perhaps one you've designed yourself. So if we look here, for example, the AAA metric template, if I click on that one and say OK, what will happen is that will open up using a template I've already created. So if I click there now on the layer pull down, I've got some layers already in place, like so. If I go to the Layout 1 tab here, for example, I might already have a viewport set up. Actually, all it's done is it's given me a default viewport there, and it's put it on the text layer. So all it's done there is it's created a basic viewport for me. But you get the idea. I've got some layers in there, like so, and you can see there that this template has already been preset. If I go to the Annotate tab, and perhaps look at the dimension styles there, and click here, as you can see, I've already got an ISO 25 and an annotative current dimension style there. Also with text styles, you'll notice I've got a labels text style there. If I click on the text style icon there, the little arrow, you'll see that I've got labels and standard and also annotative text styles available to me. So these have all been pre-set up in a template, and then when I use the template to open up a new blank drawing, all those settings are available to me. Let's just close all these drawings that I've opened up. It might ask me if I want to save changes. I don't, and I'm going to go back to the Home tab there on the ribbon. Again, click on New, and last but not least, Use a Template, Use a Wizard. I've got Advanced Setup, Quick Setup. So that was Template, and now Use a Wizard there to the right. Advanced Setup sets the unit, angle, angle measure, angle direction, and area for your new drawing, based on the template acad.dwt. So that is actually an Imperial template. The Quick Setup, you'll notice, is also based on the acad.dwt Imperial template there. But you can use those wizards and it will take you through those settings for creating a new drawing. So that covers the Startup dialog box.